Abusuani komo o channel yi so aha age politics avenue. Yemo engro insemfoni. Ayebanche mensa political social commentator unia Ken offer Atta the permanent residence then say to me aka our US memu watimi adavi into 8 legal implications what the guys to aye ne trial na ebekoso ewo Ghana ase na mesok say yembo engro insemnim abra wajemre na obo yinchemu efasa insemu see age politics avenue yembo engro insemfoni.
Good morning to our church viewers.
Yeah, and to Atik. Yeah.
Yes, to Atik and then to Solo and everybody.
Yeah.
I think I've been following the conversations, the twists and turns, and with regards to commentary by the lawyers. And within the media, you see a certain deliberate twist by some spin doctors just try to, flip the discussion.
There's no doctor here.
Within the space, you find a lot of spin doctors. That is what they do, flip the narrative to make it look like certain victory has been procured elsewhere. And I think it's quite interesting. You see, we've gotten to a stage in our politics where young people have become so much interested in politics, very assertive, they are following. And there is key things that should define the political landscape for them to learn. That is trust and confidence. Because I keep telling people that in any democratic dispensation, the only thing that binds the state together is the trust and the confidence citizens repose in that enterprise called governance, not security, not anything. So any moment that thing is threatened, it is the national cohesion and integration that threatens. And that is the point we are, because over the years before the election, there was this mindset out there that people come, the NDC come, take power, they make themselves fine, they go, the MPP come. So trust and confidence has always been a fundamental issue. So when, on top of that, some of these things begin to happen, then it breaks the heart of young people and anybody who is interested in this or who have the spirit of accountability.
Frank Davis has just told you this morning, and the gentleman there was raising the point, and he says, look, why are you all assuming that Ken Ofori-Atta has done something wrong?
I'll come there. So you see, trust and confidence is very key. So if you are entrusted with public office, you should be willing and be bold enough to account to the people. Sitting here, moderating the program, post this particular program, your producers can subject you to, you can have discussion, and if something went wrong, he will ask you. That is normal, just to ensure that you improve upon the whole governance architecture. That is what we are seeking. So you must be willing at any point in time to avail yourself to answer to questions. President Akufo-Addo was the leader of the government that went into, that exited power. President Akufo-Addo is in Ghana. His deputy is in Ghana. So I see no reason Ken Ofori-Atta will be running away. You understand? So
when you say that, the lawyers told you that the man is not well.
No. But the various letters, the commentaries and everything being thrown around is an indication that the gentleman is unwilling to come. Solom made a point that he was put behind bars in a detention center in America. That is an Alcatraz kind of detention center. The alligator, the alligators Alcatraz. Exactly. So an unfit person can never be.
But he's gone back home. Probably they've not realized.
So I am just trying to tell you that.
And you are not in the US.
Okay.
So
neither is a lawyer. Neither is Frank Davis. We are all in Ghana here.
So you are not in the US.
Frank Davis is not in the US. We are all here. Yo.
I'm giving you.
You and Ivan, you are not in the US.
I'm giving you a picture skill description that a person fit to enter Alcatraz like of detention is fit to sit
to go home
and come to Ghana. No. It's not about going home.
Okay, by entering.
By entering, he's fit to come back to Ghana. It's sheer unwillingness, reluctance on his part to come. Maybe because what he knows he has done. And for me, it doesn't even help his political party, MPP. You understand? Or it doesn't help because there are people who are genuinely worried about his absence. Because when Ken Ofori-Atta was finance minister and he started messing up in this country, even MPs were bold enough to tell him, gentlemen, you cannot destroy our party. They petitioned the president to have him removed. It's on record, you understand? So it means that there are people genuinely in the MPP who were not interested, who were very dissatisfied about the state of play.
Including Atta?
I don't know about him, but the parliamentary, I think some people in parliament, and eventually most of them.
Did you sign the petition at the time?
My comments in relation.
Oh, okay.
My comments.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. My comments.
It's not done. Yeah, I'm not done.
I don't want to offend you. It's okay.
Yeah, but you brought him. You brought him.
It's okay.
So the fundamental point is that people were not happy about this whole proceeding.
Yeah.
But for me, and this whole issue playing around, I think there is also some sort of a mess up.
Yeah.
You see, the last time when we sat here, we discussed the processes as to how somebody can be extradited from the United States of America, which the government of Ghana took steps. And it's as it stands now, it's in play. So while we were dealing with the extradition process, another window of opportunity got activated. That is, overstayed his visa and then likely deportation. So that wasn't the window the government was pursuing. But at the end of the day, whether deportation or extradition, we win, because all that we are interested in is a gentleman coming to this country. So that window was just an opportunity that was added or supplementing the existing initiative taken by government. So if that door has been shut, it has no consequential impact on the extradition process. Because even if Ken Ofori-Atta happens to be an American citizen and he has committed a crime per the treaty that was signed between the British and America in 1931, which is still in play, even though it's subject to qualifications and procedural requirements in the Extradition Act of this particular country, which is Act 22, still, Ken Ofori-Atta can be brought back to this particular country. But you see, I'm saying all these things are just deliberate re-engineering, because they know that when it comes to extradition, it's very tough. The last time I told you that when it comes to that particular treaty that we signed with the United States of America, if you go to that particular treaty, Article 6, of that 1931 treaty. Let me read it to you. It says that a fugitive shall not be surrendered if the crime or offense in respect of which his surrender is demanded is one of a political character. Or if he proves that the requisition for his surrender has, in fact, been made with a view to try or punish him for a crime of an offense of a political character. So the last time I told you, I enumerated how difficult it is when you are trying to extradite somebody for political reasons. They know this particular thing. But you need to prove beyond every reasonable doubt that you are not bringing in the person for persecution, but rather he has done something wrong. So this is the key article that Ken Ofori-Atta and his lawyers are relying on. And the point is that the gentleman has demonstrated quite clearly that he's unwilling to come back to this particular country.
No, when you
and
say
for
that,
me,
not heard from him,
it's
so don't
shameful.
say he's unwilling to.
Because he cannot play the card of
okay,
sick.
Ivan, let me ask you this question. I mean, what will the nation lose if you don't have Ken Ofori-Atta just come to say, well, I did A or B or C?
So there is also another confusion and mess up there. There are people who are alleging that, oh, Ken Ofori-Atta is not in Ghana. Why don't you go ahead and prosecute him? Yes, if somebody is not available, the person can be prosecuted in absentia. But we are not just talking about prosecution. We are also talking about criminal inquisitions into other related acts. So his presence is key. That is why the law allows procedural. If you read the Act 30, it allows that police can make an arrest, do criminal inquisition, and build a case. You understand? So it's not just about the court trial. It is also about criminal inquisition into other related matters, because the guy was the nucleus of the financial engineering under Akufo-Addo. Every single thing that went through in this particular country, he was part of it. So he was not just needed for a trial, but his presence is needed, because if the police arrest an armed robber tomorrow, he says, oh, I have visited my girlfriend in Burkina Faso, so let's do a conference call. Will that be reasonable? You understand? So it doesn't play like that.
But the man was
no. You see, the lawyer kept using an expression, he was sick. You didn't pay attention. I wrote it. I wanted you to just take a note of it.
Ask him whether he was sick.
No, he said he was sick. He was sick.
Yes.
He was sick. Meaning today, the guy has...
No, he says today he's recovering.
Exactly.
That's what he's telling.
So my question is, as a medical person, what I know is that there are people who are immobilized and cannot make a move, or somebody who cannot. But in his case, people have seen him trekking on the street of America, fit enough to sit in a plane and come back to this particular country.
He says it's not a doctor, but a lawyer to.
Nobody has imposed on him being a doctor. The fact is that they are just being dishonest. And they are just taking Ghanaians for granted. And for me, it doesn't augur well with our politics. That's my fundamental point. Because it doesn't matter the kind of spin you try it or the narrative you put on this particular thing. The fundamental issue is that the guy has a moral obligation as somebody who was entrusted the office of a finance minister to engineer. He has a moral obligation, and he owes that obligation to his family and to his children as well.
This point,
oh yes.
If you were Ken Ofori-Atta, would you return?
Oh, if I have not committed a crime, what will stop me from coming? You understand? Because you see,
that's not my question.
No, I will come.
Ivan, my question to you is: if you were Ken Ofori-Atta right now, looking at what's going on, are you telling me
what is going on? He owns his family that obligation. Both of them, both maternal, paternal, and then the political party he has. Because you see, the good thing is that 2028, you are not going to campaign to gullible minds. You are going to campaign to intellectuals who will be asking you that what is the guarantee that giving you power, the next time another person will not run away. Because he served, even though it was government Akufo-Addo who brought him on board, he served because he was a member of a political party. So you need to answer that particular question. And again,
I think says he's not a member.
And again, this politics of bringing on board family members and co, I think that raised a lot of concerns in this particular country when we said, sir, because of some of these things, you are not supposed to bring on board people who are family related and those kind of. So for me, I think I am not sitting here pronouncing Ken Ofori-Atta guilty, but the responsibility is on him. If not legal, the moral obligation, because everybody is watching. And you see, the fact of the matter is that whenever you create a vacuum, people will feel it. That is why the lawyer was fighting the student. You understand? Because you cannot influence people what they think.
Says, oh, you have to learn.
But you can't tell people they should learn. They are here for a reason. You understand that? They are here for a reason. You understand?
So you don't need to. Davis is not in a position to advise us.
No. You see, they are here at their level just to also express their opinion. That is how we build a solid conversation. You don't need to go and carry Legon before you come here to express your opinion. You understand? So I think we need to make that particular clear distinction, allow them to express their opinion. But the fact of the matter is that there is this reluctance, unwillingness, sheer inertia on the part of him to come. And that has to be established. For me, it doesn't help anybody. He should be bold enough to come, because you see, President Akufo-Addo is here. Has he been bundled? Has he been thrown to jail? There are several other people who have been given the opportunity. To me, is going through a fair trial. You understand? So for me, I think he should subject himself to the same process. And it's not just about the trial, it is also about criminal inquisition into all other related matters. When he comes, it will be helpful to this particular country.
Okay, I'll give a minute each to Solo, and then I take there are issues to talk about, the Electoral Commission, for instance, and my audience are also here. Solo, 2028, what questions would you have for Atik, for instance, on the Ken Ofori-Atta issue?
So it will be very simple. What they intend to do on corruption, the party's own strategy towards corruption, and whether or not Ghanaians will accept their answer will depend on how well they helped
on corruption.
On corruption, because this borders on corruption. So the NPP will be put in a position where they have to tell us how well they helped.
You know your founder, Alan Kojo-Sherman, was also a minister of state.
Absolutely.
And he's not being prosecuted.
How can you prosecute the same?
Oh, what you mean we can't prosecute Alan?
When Alan went to the Wyatt, the Church of Pentecost, just down the lane, and told the entire country that we must be voting for Christ-like leaders, he said it on purpose. Because you see, he was a minister of trade.
Yes. Cabinet minister.
He
should be answering questions now.
In fact, the party itself, the MPP, when they wanted to, as it were, dilute his influence, they went and hid behind someone and said that there was what? Cash for seat. You remember that committee?
Yeah, but he was trade minister.
He was trade minister. They said they were organizing a program, and that Allah had embroidered himself in what we call cash for seat. For the first time in the history of this country, the certain administration of which he was a member caused Parliament, because the ruling party had majority in Parliament. They caused Parliament to have a live session
It was on TV. It was
where Alan was interrogated. And at the end of the day, the parliamentary inquiry, Alan subjected himself to full-blown inquiry at the end of the parliament, exonerated him hands down. That is what is expected of a mark of a person that believes in accountability.
Why are we fixated on Ken? Because by now, yes, this government could possibly go after Ken.
This government, they have to go after Ken.
And also go after Alan.
That's why.
And ask him why that happened.
No, you see, let me tell you, there is a video that I will look for it.
So are we being fair? Are we not picking and choosing? That's my
Before Alan even left the MPP, there was an occasion. I will look for the video where he warned that the finance minister then, that's Ken Foretta, must be very careful with the way he was handling the affairs of this country.
Alan said,
I will look for that video and send it to you. We have known, why do you think 88 people, members of parliament from the MPP side decided to go and then get Akufo-Addo to get him out? They knew what was going on, what's wrong. You understand? But, I mean, at the end of the day, Nana Akufo-Addo refused to get the man out of the place. And that is why today, those that were in favor of getting Ken out are those that are behind. I'm telling you, in the MPP itself, there are more people that want Ken to come back to this country than even those that think that he shouldn't come.
Than NDC members?
NDC members, it will be their own wahala, but they must be interested. Because you, aura is very important aspect of our democracy. I mean, then what is this business that we are doing this morning? We come here and sit and talk, and people just do anything with our finances. When all of us, I think, made a point, which I agree with him, that when you take your pay slip, all of it pay taxes.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
And when we give you the tax, and you decide to do anything anyhow, and at the end you run to the United States, it is even giving me another clue. You know, the Constitutional Review Committee has suggested, have proposed that you must take away this dual citizenship and allow people with dual citizenship
to come and be
could be ministers. Now, with what Ken Ofori-Atta is doing,
very dangerous.
I think we need to take a second look at that provision. If we must be putting some exemptions, you understand, so that he wants to go and take a green card and subsequently an American passport with a view or hope that in an unlikely event, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia becomes the president, then they bring him back and then he can still become a minister of state. That is why that provision there has to be a second look at that provision. Because there is,
Are you warning Bawumia, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, that he's
not going to come anyway? That is the only.
Consider
no. He's not going to be the.
Again?
He's not going to be the president. That's the only assurance I have. But I'm only warning.
If he becomes president,
if that is an unlikely event, the constitutional review.
You're warning Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia not to consider Ken Ofori-Atta.
No, I am rather proposing to the constitutional review and implementation committee to take a second look at it, because now he has he's yearning to have a dual citizenship. Okay. So that there will be a provision that will bar him from holding any future position in this country.
Right. I take. So that's the trouble you're facing. In fact, Ivan has sought to answer your question as to how this might impact your 2028 campaign.
Trouble we are facing as in how?
Oh, he's just told you.
Who made the allegation of corruption and embezzlement? Is the NDC. So if you make allegations of corruption and embezzlement, it is you who have to now go for those people because you've been given the power for you to go after them. This issue is simple. We have nothing to do with it. We have no cases to answer on this matter. You can't tell me that there was an issue of oral, and within this, they said there was $21 billion that they were going to $21 billion that they were going to recover and give push back to the public purse for development, and the money was not able to be recovered. So if the money was not able to be recovered, now you MPP, now in 2028 campaign, you MPP, how do you recover the money? How do you recover that money that the NDC said they were going to recover? Like, what kind of question is that? How would that sound to you? But we the people who said we were going to recover money. Where the people who made cases on embezzlement and corruption, they made it. So they have to answer those questions, not as we have no business with 21 billion recovery. NDC has the business with a $21 billion recovery. MPP has no absolute business at all. It's none of our business. You were asking me in terms of corruption, what should be or what will Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia bring out to the 2028 election as in fighting corruption? You see, for me, if I have the opportunity, what I will propose to him, because I cannot speak for him because there's no document out yet or he's not made any pronouncement. But what I will propose to him is, one has to do with issues of corruption. there shouldn't be any plea bargain. You should go through that process to the end. Also, no attorney general should discontinue any case.
Oh, how?
Yes. Do not discontinue any case in relation to corruption. Irrespective of whether there's a change of government or whether the person worked under the previous government or not, just let the process go on. If the person is found guilty, the person goes to jail.
Okay, if
the person is also found innocent, then the person is taken out. That is how we now instill trust in.
Okay, I need to go into the audience, but when former President Akufo-Addo told his appointees to stay and to account, you recall he said that?
Yeah, he said.
Who was he talking to? Did he include Ken Ofori-Atta?
Are you asking me?
But you are the one.
Are you not a member of the New Patriotic Party? I thought you were a member of the party.
You are saying that when President Akufo-Addo told his appointees to stay and account, who was he referring to? He was talking to his whole appointees, and you are asking me who was he referring
including Ken Ofori-Atta?
Wasn't he his appointee?
Yeah, so because you were telling me that the NPP has no moral obligation or whatsoever to tell.
We ain't some who team course or channel, so I'm not so dim. That's a so bad.